Well, hello everybody, Daryl here. I hope you're doing very well. Today I am coming to you from Big Manly Park, which is in Whangaparoa, Hibiscus Coast in Auckland, New Zealand. Sorry about my background, I'm in the shade, so if there's highlights clipping in the back, then the camera's exposing for my face, so it's overexposing. If you watched my last video, I just want to say a huge thank you, and if from that you decided to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Today I wanted to share a story with you. As you can see from the title, it's about my mum. And I also wanted to get your perspective on it. We just had some birds fly past. So there's lots of car noise going around and lots of wildlife and birds chirping. It's quite nice. Yes, so I wanted to share a story to you about that and get your perspective on things, because the truth is I'm still a little bit unsure if she's in heaven. And so I guess the best way to share my thoughts and give you all an idea and perspective and viewpoint of it, I have to tell a story, obviously. So in 2014, Mum died of bowel cancer. Now, we weren't raised Christian or in a Christian home as such. Mum said she prayed sometimes, but I never saw it. She also said she believed in Jesus, but we never went to church. As I mentioned, I never saw her praying. There was no Christianity or anything to do with Jesus in the home, really. Mum used his name a lot when she was angry. And that's probably the only time I really heard her bring Jesus up. So what happened was, 4 days before she passed away, we were all in the hospital, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks before she died, taking turns with my family, going back and forth. And there was a period there where mentally and emotionally I was just totally exhausted. So I took a week out to myself. It's not that she wasn't cared for, she was in the hospital and family were going backwards and forwards, and I was just done. I couldn't take it anymore, and I was really struggling. We've got lots of cars going past. I'm sitting in the middle of a big circle essentially. So that happened, and about a week later, my dad called me and said, "Daryl, you better get to the hospital. Mum's gone really downhill." And so I walked into the hospital, and when I walked in there, it was the first time I'd actually seen my mother with the oxygen mask over her face. I sort of stood there and looked at her, and my dad went, "You all right?" I just went, "Yep, oh my God, yep," and sort of walked out of the room. And my wife was there. Now, we were separated at the time, so all I wanted was for my wife to take me back. She had booted me out because of a drug addiction I had. And looking back now, she had every right to do that, because that's another story I want to say for another video. But I really struggled with that. I really struggled with the fact that we weren't together. And so after seeing my mother in the room, about 5 seconds or so later, I decided to just leave the room, and I broke down. There's two ladies over there with a dog. So I did that, and my wife consoled me for a little bit, and I managed to pluck up the courage, and I walked back into the room, and we were all sort of sitting around, and Dad says to me, "Your mother's asked for the hospital chaplain to come in," with a total look of disgust on his face. Now, if there is anybody that dislikes God more, I have yet to find them, but my father is that person. He detests Christianity, he doesn't believe in God, thinks we're wasting our time going to church, thinks we're ramming it down our children's throat. You pick the insult, you pick the jab at me, and pretty much guarantee that my father's said it, or he's going to. So he's a constant prayer in progress. Just sidetracking a bit, every day I pray for certain things. I pray for safety over my family. I pray for those that don't know the Lord, that they'll come to know Him. I pray for the salvation of my sister, my brother, my father, and their daily prayers. So he is an ongoing prayer. And so anyway, 4 days later, the hospital chaplain came in, and he said a prayer to Mum. Now, this was the day or the day before she died. A lot of what happened with Mum I've forgotten about, simply because I repressed it a lot, and I struggled to process the whole thing. And anyway, as I mentioned, nobody in my family is a Christian, so he's praying, and I can't even remember the prayer he said, but I remember thinking to myself, Mum wanted to be saved. She wanted to get things right, and she wanted to go to heaven. Even though at the time she was unconscious and she couldn't respond, she couldn't, be led by a prayer of salvation, or or whatever. I believe, or at least I want to believe, I think I do, I'm not sure, that Mum wanted to get things right with God, and that God knew that, and she is in heaven now. So I suppose I'm curious what others think about that. Not so much my wife, but myself, I found it pretty difficult sitting there quietly in the corner with tears trickling down my face, trying to hide it from my family who, to be completely honest, they're a bunch of hard asses. Trying to hide that from them, and so I've sort of run out of the story now, but that's what I sort of think is more dogs. Is that Mum's in heaven now, that she gave her life to Christ. Even if she was unconscious, God knew what she wanted to do. I don't know. I've never known how to process it or what to think about it. So if you can maybe comment down below, let me know what your thoughts are about that. Has anything similar happened to you? Anyway, it's something that's stuck with me, and it will forever, as long as I have a memory that works. So thank you very much, and hopefully I've helped you in some way. I'm not too sure exactly how, but if something has happened that's similar to you, please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, and have a great day.